Okay guys, so the last time I was here I had mentioned that between video clips when I was doing the cover for you, between me showing the cover and then between me showing the cover and opening the cover, something had happened that was a huge hassle, okay? Well, let me show you an example of what went on, okay? Do you see this right here? I'm sure many of you know what this is. This is the quick disconnect and the universal wall fitting that goes in for the Polaris. Okay, and if you look at it like this, I don't know how well it's coming out in the video, but you can kind of see that it's not exactly straight. It's kind of, you know, tilting to the right a little bit, okay? And why is that? Well, look at the O-ring. Look how it's sticking up like that. And it's tilted like this. Okay, so what happened? Well, as you know, the cover's closed right now, but I can give you an idea of where the fitting is. Let's see. Yeah, so the fitting, let's see, the wall jet was going right there, so right around here is where this fitting is, okay? Well, I don't have the clip anymore, so I can't show you exactly what had happened, and I was just so annoyed that I deleted it immediately, but as I was opening the cover, okay, when the cover got to about maybe towards those plants or by the waterfall, one of those areas, I noticed it kind of started binding a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay, let me stop right there. All right, give it another try. It was still binding, so I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Well, next thing I know, I noticed that I'm hearing a whining sound coming from inside the pool. And from what I know, a whining sound means that there's something going on with the Polaris, especially because the booster pump was running at the time. Well, what was going on was, apparently, either the floats or the hose itself was getting stuck between the cover and the tile. And as I was trying to open the cover, it was pulling on the Polaris hose, and it pulled so hard. It managed to, like when I came over here, the hose was completely straight like this. No curves on it, nothing, just totally straight. You know, once it curved away from the wall fitting, out like that, I'm like, all right, that's not good. It pulled so hard that it managed to, I'm assuming it broke one of the tabs, locking tabs, inside the universal wall fitting, and it pulled on this so hard that water was shooting out of here, the O-ring came out of place, and this is where the whining sound was coming from. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh crap, like you gotta be kidding me. So, instead of me simply opening the cover for you and showing you the inside of the pool, when this happened, there was no way for me to get this off the universal wall fitting. I'm just going to throw this in the recyclables because I can't use it anymore. But, okay, it pulled on this universal wall fitting so much, I couldn't get this off aside from unscrew it from the wall. I had to stop videotaping, go to Leslie's, buy a new complete unit for this, come back, put it all together, reconnect it to the wall, close the cover, and restart the video for you. So between those two video clips, all that happened. And I just, you could hear how well I kept my calm in the following video clips after the repair was complete, but in my mind I was just like, I cannot believe I had to do all that, just so ridiculous. So yeah, that's what happened. The footage you saw of me opening the cover and showing the inside of the pool afterwards was when all the repairs were complete, and I closed the cover again and opened it up again for you. So, like I said, so between me showing the cover and then me opening the cover, all that happened. And that was just one huge hassle, and I was just like, oh. But thankfully it's all done. We got a new universal wall fitting and quick disconnect and blue restrictor disc as a result. So, you know, not the worst. Thankfully it wasn't a hard repair, but it was just such a hassle to have to go to Leslie's and, you know, unnecessarily drive somewhere when I could have just did all this normally if that problem didn't happen. So part of the problem was the pool water was really high at the time, so that might have been part of the problem. But that's one of the reasons why I mentioned in that video clip, make sure the hose doesn't get stuck between the cover and the tile, because that's exactly what happened. And then this issue came to be. So that was just one big, huge hassle, man. Okay, so now this part is going to be a little bit different. My friend R had mentioned he said he was kind of tired at the time and wasn't sure how he asked the question, which I'm guilty of myself. I think I asked Blade Zero a question one time, and it was like 2:30 in the morning, and I was like, wait, what did I just ask him? But anyway, he asked you know, why is rainwater, like, I'll just say, like, I'll talk about rainwater getting on the cover and things like that. Now, some may seem to think, like, well, if it's going to rain, why don't you just open the cover? That way, the rainwater just goes right into the pool and doesn't pile up on the cover. Well, the problem with that is, let me go over here to the mechanism. I have it. Actually, no, you know what? Before I do that, let me go over here. Okay. So this metal piece is from the old cover. We're just reusing it. Basically, you slide it, like, you know, the vinyl has an end, and you just slide it into a groove on the metal piece here, and you know, and it goes on, kind of like how you install like rubber inserts on a windshield wiper blade. So that slides on, okay. Now the problem is when this cover is open, okay. I'll show you the mechanism in here. Okay. Now, it may not be too easy to see, and the screen's kind of hard to see because of the sunlight, but there's a good amount of space between the drum here and the end of the pool, which is right here. So there's a good amount of space between there. And the reason for that is because, you know, as this rolls up, as it opens, it needs the space for the fabric to, you know, spread out, because as it rolls up, it uses up more space. So that's why the space is there in between. So what happens is, when this cover is open and it rains, water can pool up in that space there, okay? And this drum turns freely, meaning it spins independently of the reels here for the ropes, which are driven by the hydraulic system. So this drum spins freely, okay? So if this cover is open and we get a lot of hard rain, the water can pool in this space here, and then the weight of the water will cause the drum to spin this way as the weight increases and pulls down more on the cover in this space. And when that happens, not only does it put water, or weight I should say, on the stress, not only does it put stress on the ropes and this part here, which had ripped on the old cover, if you remember, it also causes the vinyl on that rod there to pull when the cover is open and all that water pools up in there. So that's why I can't exactly keep the cover open when it rains. It'd be nice if I could do that, but such is life, I can't. So that's why when it rains, you got to keep the cover closed. So if there's a lot of weight here, that's okay, because the cover's closed, it's a long area, and it's not going to pull on the vinyl there on the metal piece at the end. So that's why you can't have the cover open when it rains, because of the spacing between the drum and the end of the pool, and how the water will just add weight to it and cause it to sag down and pull on the end of the metal piece there, and cause it to pull down there because the drum spins freely. Okay, and that's pretty much the update video I had for you guys. Let me just get this out of here. Tongs from the Cabana. Amazing what you can do with them. So that's what happened between that video clip and then me opening the cover. All that happened in between, and I figured, you know what, let me just, instead of just editing it out and acting like nothing ever happened, let me explain just exactly what happened. And sometimes we handy people have it hard, you know? We're always fixing something, and it's like, ugh. So it was user error mostly. It wasn't the cover guy's fault, but just a huge hassle. But hey, it's all fixed. Everything's working great. Cover's fine. That's all that matters. All right, guys, there you have it. Just an update video for that. You now know what that mystery text, as I call it, was all about. And as you can see, everything's good. All right. So thanks for watching, and take care.